stay that way.
All the time, steady, ready.
Yes.
You ready? You guys ready?
You guys all ready?
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll open on you, Joe. Okay. All right. Today's Hanging With segment is almost like a family reunion because the young gentleman with me feels like he's one of my kids. I've been around him ever since he started professional wrestling. Damn right. He says, welcome aboard, D'Lo Brown.
Good to be back there, Big Daddy. How you feeling?
I'm doing real good.
One thing I got to point out, look at this. Congratulations.
All
Les
right.
is now in the fraternity of the married brothers.
Right. And he's glad because I've been making eyes at his wife for the last couple of years. Want to say, first of all, this guy first met in Smoky Mountain when Jimmy Cornette was running Smoky Mountain, and he was one of the posse of the infamous gangsters, Mustafa and New Jack. And then, of course, but you know, people talk about, they see what goes on Raw and SmackDown, and they see all the glitz and the glamour, and we can talk about Smokey. It wasn't very glitzy and wasn't very glamorous. You lived in a house with 4 other guys who are also pretty strong stars right now. You set up rings, put up chairs, all sorts of things. Talk about it.
You know, it's not all the glitz and glamour that you see with the pyrotechnics and the great the ring entrances. You know, Smoky Mountain was a blue collar territory where you earned your pay. You know, for the first 6 months there, I was known as concession boy because I got paid what the concession stands made. But yeah, I set up the rings. You know, we didn't have much money, so 4 or 5 of us lived in the same house, and ironically, some of the top talent in the WWE currently now were in that house. You know, myself, Kane, at the time was a Unabomber, Chris Jericho, a guy from ECW, Balls Mahoney. We were all stacked and stockpiled on top of each other inside the Smoky Mountain Flop House, as we affectionately called it. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing how much talent was living in that one house at one time.
And of course, the one thing we want to mention to these fans is that you had a college degree, you're a certified CPA, and you gave up a very lucrative job to live in that flop house and to become a professional wrestler.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I gave up 6 figures as an accountant to count $6 and have that for 6 months on the road. But you know, it all paid out, all worked out. But I took a huge gamble in giving up what I'd worked for you know college and then understudying for 7, 8 years to give it all up to drive around the country and entertain the millions.
And of course, from Smoky, you moved up to Lima, and you were actually living in Al Snow's school, and then you came down and went to work for us at HWA, and you had, I don't know if it's a distinction, but a dubious distinction of being the first ever HWA heavyweight champion.
The first HWA champion. No one will ever take that away from me, and I think that's an honor. It was one of my first championships I ever won, and it holds a very close and personal place in my heart.
Thank you very much. And I'll tell you what, this last year, when you came in to take some of the ring rust off, and you spent, you were with us 5, 6, 7 weeks at HWA, and you were helping with storylines, but you were also helping with the training. And what I think the people should see, I was talking to Al Snow earlier about Tough Enough, is that when D'Lo would see a young guy mess up in the ring, you would see fire shooting out of his eyes, and he would get in this guy's face and tell him in no uncertain terms, man, you got to get this right, and you got to get it right now. And I think this is the thing that Al and I have talking about, is all of us that I think have succeeded to any degree in this business is because of the passion we have.
Without a doubt. This is my job. That ring is my office. And when you're in there, in my office, and you're doing work, you have to be able to do it right. If I were a garbage man and I didn't pick up the trash the right way, someone's going to yell at you. If I'm a janitor and I don't sweep the floor the right way, someone's going to yell at you. Well, if you're in my office and you don't grab a headlock the right way, or you don't do a reversal the right way, I'm going to let you know. And I'm a perfectionist. When it comes to being in my office and I'm at work, you have to do it right or don't do it at all. And don't waste my time. Don't waste the fans' time. More importantly, don't waste your own time being in if you're not going to do it right.
Exactly. You know, something I want to talk about here, and I know it's a touchy subject, but Darren Droz, in that situation, I think a lot of people know that Darren was paralyzed in a match with this gentleman here, D'Lo Brown. What they don't know is that for many, many weeks, when D'Lo would come off the road, he would fly to Philadelphia and sit with Darren because he felt responsible. But I want to be, you've been told this anyway, it was not your fault.
Oh, yeah.
It was an accident. But I just want to comment the fact that you cared so much about your fellow man that you would take that much time to do that.
Well, You hear a lot of wrestlers use the term brother, and the reason we do that is because when we're on the road, this is the only family we have. I mean, I spend more time with the guys in our locker room than I do with my own wife. And when a situation happens like that, where an accident happens, and it was an accident, I just happened to be the unlucky person to be in the ring with Darren when it happened. But for a long time, that didn't sit with me. I blame myself. I blame myself over and over again. And I actually flew to Philly more times than not, and he actually told me, stop flying here, go home, get on with your life. So you take it very, very personally, and take it to heart, and it just kills you. And I blame myself for a long time. But it took me a while to shake it, and it's still in the back of my mind. It's still there. But that's why I make sure I'm a perfectionist and make sure everything is right in the ring, so nothing like that ever happens again.
Wow. Yeah, that's not one of the highlights of your career.
Not at all.
But you were doing some commentary, some play-by-play in color on Heat. Did you enjoy doing that?
Yes, I did. I mean, it allowed me to expand who I was and my character, and it gives you another dimension in this business and where you can go later on. And, hopefully in 5 years when I'm ready to hang up the boots, I can segue right behind the booth and maybe take a King's job. Hint, hint.
Hint, hint. All right, well, you're talking about 5 years and possibly retirement. Now, is there maybe a little D-Lo in the works here with you and Jen?
Not right now, but the fun part is trying.
All right. Now you've settled in Florida.
Yes.
And let's say that the commentary thing doesn't work out. Would you like to train athletes? Do you have some other form of business you'd like to get hooked up in?
I've done very well. I've diversified myself. So luckily, when I'm done this business, I will be able to do whatever I want. The cool thing is I believe and that in my heart I have what it takes to train people, and I've always wanted to open up a school. So sooner or later I'll do like all wrestlers do, all ex-wrestlers, open up a school somewhere. But there's several businesses that I'm already involved in that help me supplement my income. So things are looking good for the brown man.
All right. Very good. Well, I tell you what, if you ever need a place to help train, there's one here in Cincinnati. You're always welcome. It's always your home, brother.
It's too damn cold in Cincinnati half the year. Come on, that's why I'm in Florida. It's no winter time.
But listen, seriously, you've made me proud. I've watched you grow in this business, and you're a credit to the industry.
Well, let me tell you right now, Les, it's my privilege and my honor to always be around you. You're a pleasure to be around, and I love you, and you're like my grandfather. No, I love you.
We've been hanging with my grandson, D-Lo Brown. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.